Hello all, welcome back to our YouTube channel, and today we are going to see how to iterate in dataframe pyspark dataframe. Basically, iterate means how to go row by row. Like firstly we read the first row, second row, third row, right? So how we can do that in pyspark? So let's see the practically. So we just created data variable. In that data variable, so data variable must be in the square bracket, and after that we can use the round bracket for the each row. So we have the three rows, and we want to go firstly we want to read the first row, that is id number 1, then second row Neha, id number 2, and salary, right? And then we want to read the third row. So we created a data frame. This is the data variable we pass, and this is the actual column header name, and then we just run the code, and this is the output we get, right? So firstly we want to read the Amit, then Neha, and then Rahul, right? How we can do that? So if your data set is small, we have the two function that we can use. If you see, if our data set is small, then we can use the collect. So basically collect will collect whole rows, three rows, like how many rows we have. But this to local operator, what it will do, it will read the data row by row. So to local operator is faster than collect, and both are executed at driver. If you see, so if you don't know the driver and executor, so just like do some research on that, like, or you can watch some other videos what is driver and executor in PySpark, and then you can know that, like, what is driver and executor. And if you have the large data set, like maybe 20 GB, 40 GB, or 60 GB, at that time we have the two option for each, and for each partition. Again, like for each partition is faster than for each. Both are execute on the executor, both are for the large data set. So for each and for each partition we will see in the next lecture. So today's lecture we are going to see the collect and to local operator. So just remember, small data set, collect, and to local operator. So now, as I mentioned, we want to go to the each row, so we are using the for loop for row. So we have class, that is row class, in df.collect. So basically df.collect, what it will do, it will just take the all the rows into the one df into memory, driver memory, right? And then now we want to print the row dot id, then row dot name, then row dot salary. Now if I run this code, so basically df.collect take the all the rows, right? And we are printing the all the rows. Now if I run the code, so if you see, we are getting the first row, second row, and third row. Now, but if you have the large data set, even though like small data set, it is not recommended. Like rather than what we can use, now it is processing all the rows. But if I want to process row by row, like firstly it will process the first row on driver, then go to the second row. So at that time, if you have the performance related issue, or like, then at that time for the smaller data set, what we can use, we can use the to local operator. Again, like syntax is very same for row in df dot to local operator, right? This is the function. So we are taking the first row, then we are taking the next row, then again like we are printing the, let me show you, I can select as it is. And if you see, if I comment out the first one, again like if you see, both are reading the data row by row. So if you have the small data set, and if you want to iterate row by row in the data frame, we have the two function df.collect and to local operator. So in the next video we are going to see the df.for each function and for each partition. So basically when we have the large data set, at that time we use the for each and for each partition. So that's all about the today's video. If you have any question, any doubt, please write down in comment and please subscribe the channel. Thank you.